So what we're going to look at here is hip abduction, okay? So we want to take one of our legs out to a side position. All right, so I would use either a dining chair or a kind of footrest or like a sofa. Ideally, something that you can grab onto to help you use the hands to kind of push and pull into that object a little bit, just to help us lift the leg off, okay? It's a lot easier if you can hold on to something as opposed to not holding on to anything. But also, equally, if you want to make it quite hard intensity-wise, you want to hold on to something so you can use more irradiation through the upper body to pull and push, if that makes sense, okay? So what we're going to do here is a hip abduction passive range hold. So if we bring our hip or our leg into end range of hip abduction, okay, and then you want to get to a point where you're in your end range, lower it down a little bit. So you want to think about 1 inch or 2, and then that's where we normally hold our passive range hold. So the isometric hold, which is the passive range hold, needs to be really hard, okay? So for example, if I were to come upright and then hold it here, you see how far my foot is off the ground. It's a bit too easy, okay? I mean, if you find that hard enough, then that's where you would hold it. But a passive range hold is ideally where we come closer to my end range. So I'm going to lower my bottom down towards the heel on the other leg, closer down towards the floor. And then if I try to lift my foot off here, I've literally got about 1 inch off the floor, okay? Now, if that's severely crampy and near on impossible, you just come further out of your end range, so you can do it a little bit easier to be able to hold here, okay? So the idea is that you want to think about 1 inch or 2 off the floor, but you don't really want to be cramping too much there either. So if the cramping is unbearable and you can't even lift the foot off, then we come away and try and hold it here, where it still feels uncomfortable, but not too crampy, okay? So, and then our passive range hold, once we find a position that works for us, you're gonna hold it for the prescribed time, whether that be 10 seconds, 20 seconds, as long as you can, and you wanna keep that leg locked in, okay? So, nice strong leg, knee locked in, drive those toes up towards your shin. You wanna make sure the leg stays stiff as a board the whole time. Now, if it starts to get hard and you're bending your knee, then you need to stop. So we've come out of that hip abduction position. We're not really using good technique, so we're going to stop. Okay, extend the leg, go again, and then stop. Okay, if you can't hold a nice strong hip abduction position, come out of it, and then we're going to start again. Okay, we want to work on trying to keep that leg as stiff as possible the whole time. So we focus it more in the hip.